Hello. Good evening. It's a late one. I should have switched off my electrical devices when I was in bed. And I didn't. I just thought, I'd just catch up on a few social media things because, there's a plan in place for the 9th of July, 9th of June, to try and tie in a community with the council, with North Walsham Town Council. Okay. So I came across a post on Facebook. I was messaged 2 nights ago, that there was a discussion talking about me, and that was all that was left. So I went looking for it because I don't have it on my phone. I have it on a different device, Facebook. And I couldn't find anything. And I looked in a lot of places and I couldn't find anything. And I just thought, well, maybe I got mentioned in a comment, or maybe something got removed, reported. I don't know. This is a big one. And this evening, just as I was kind of getting ready to switch off, Facebook refreshed, and this post was there. And I read it. 47 comments. I've shared it on my Facebook page for people to read it, see for themselves. And there's no way I can share the screen because I cannot log in at the moment on my laptop to Facebook to screen share. North Walsham Notice Board is a private group, is a private Facebook, for Christ's sake. But the thing is, there's over 16,000 people in that group. So this person has gone anonymously to put their post up. So I'm not quite sure how to, so I can't scroll through the comments like I would have liked to have done and read each one out. So what I'm going to do is do it off my mobile phone. You ready for this one? When I first read it, I was like palpitating because it was like, are you kidding me? And every single comment from this anonymous post person, they kept coming back to about the safety and well-being of their daughter and their friends, because I was zooming in on their faces. Now, please, anybody that's watched my channel with all of my videos, show me where I am zooming in on I need to bring the post up. Wherever it is. Has gone. I thought I shared it to my page. Where did it go? Facebook. And I saved it, so it would have gone into my saved. There we go. Are you ready? Found it. Here you go. It's probably back to front. Can you see that? Am I going to be able to do that like that, do you think? I'll read it out. Okay, so this is it's North Walsham community page with 16,000, just over 16,000 people in. Anonymous participant 2 days ago. Oh, actually, it's on the world. Look, can you see that little? Yeah, see that world? That world right there. So they've made the post public. Hi, very curious to know and would be grateful. Oh, my phone's now switched off. Hang on, sorry. If we could be enlightened, there is a lady within North Walsham who walks around filming anything and everything. She can often be seen at the traffic lights near North Walsham station. My daughter sees her in other places, and on occasions this lady is zooming in with her camera on my daughter and her friends' faces. Okay? Show me the video. Show me. These youngsters are finding this somewhat intrusive and are feeling very self-conscious. I have no idea what they are talking about. Can anyone enlighten me who she is? What is the purpose of her filming? What does she do with her films? Are her films posted elsewhere? Does she run a business? And is filming for a purpose? It's extremely uncomfortable, and we are not sure what her motives are. Kind of being very suggestive there. I post a lot in different places, like notice board and discussion of North Walsham over on next door. I will post things up on my page, the little videos I make, because I'm quite political. I always have been, and I've got to that moment in my life where I'm changing job careers. Would I become a town councillor? I would love to become a town councillor, but I'm too opinionated. And I think I've got more camera being on more clout being on the other side of the table and using my camera by just simply turning it around, because I love psychology. So I'm turning my camera around to show people drains are blocked, potholes, things in town isn't quite right, community issues that I'm not quite sure how to bring to the table, but I'm trying. Because turning the camera around is very empowering, because it shows that to the county councillors, to the district councillors, and to the town councillors, there it is. What you say in your meetings, there it is. You're going to be held accountable. And what is happening out in our neighbourhood, in our community, it needs to match up. That's what I'm doing. But because we also need to bring tourism into North Walsham, we need to reignite the town, we need to bring money in. Events are so important. And sorry, but there's YouTubers out there that travel around the country, YouTube, drone. You've got people that have their thing that they go out to do. And mine is all wanting to make our community, a better community. Because all the shit that is going on around the country, over in Ireland, over in America, over in Europe, I don't know. I don't know what to say about all of that. And me being in little North Walsham, there's nothing I can do about that. And I can't hop on a train and go down to London and protest because I can't afford to do that. So that's where I'm coming from. But not kids. Not kids. Anyway, let's carry on. Because I'm not ashamed of this. I will call you out. I'm not going to be afraid of you thinking I'm recording children. Nah. Say, Graham Jones, as I understand it, you need parental permission to film children. No, you don't. Filming and photography is not illegal. You have the right to privacy, but it's not illegal. Anonymous participant. So I need a drink because nighttime tea. Yes, you should. To the right to film children. Yes, you should. I'm in a public place. There's cameras, there's CCTV, there's people with their mobile phones. You get the police with their cameras. You get GoPros, and you get YouTubers. Do you know how many YouTubers come into North Walsham checking out the latest one I watched? Going off topic here. The latest one I watched was these two guys going into the antique shops, or second-hand shops, to see if there's any antiques. So they're coming into North Walsham, which is good. Anyway, let's get back to this. Yes, you should. However, any person has a right to privacy, and my daughter is above the age of a child. What does that even mean? She's 14? 16? What do we class as the above age of a child? Anyway, she is uncomfortable being filmed, and so is her friends. It's making it sound like I'm doing it on a daily basis. I was just asking what the purpose was of this lady filming, and what does she do with her films afterwards? And it seems to me that she published these on other site. I'm only protecting my daughter and her friends. Catherine Elizabeth. Just looked at one of her posts of works on Station Road. How annoying is she filming people working? Telling others to move the cones. She is a pain in the arse, has obviously too much time on her hands and needs to get a life. Thanks, Catherine Elizabeth. Let's break this down, okay? The works on Station Road. I was watching it from my bedroom window, okay? How annoying is she filming people working to make sure that money is being spent properly on the roads? Works are being done, holding the electricity company to accountability of the condition of their work and to make sure they're doing their work properly, including Anglian Water. I've been on the back of Anglian Water. So was Lucy Shires, and just recently Mel Gray has even joined in. These are councillors, so they are asking questions because I'm a public person. I am a member of the community. These councillors work for me and they work for you. I'm just using my camera to make sure that they're seeing what I'm seeing. That's all. Telling others to move the cones, yes, because they're my neighbours. So it's kind of helping them out, and also the fact that we were having to move cones because we had to get access to our properties, and it was a fucking nightmare. Okay. has obviously too much time on her hands. You have absolutely no idea. These walks that I do is to give myself the mental health space from my home life, my right to privacy. If you know me, you might know my situation. If you think you know me, you don't. Okay? Need to get a life. I have a fantastic life. Thank you very much. I wouldn't change it for the world. Maggie McCarthy. But why does she do it? I think I've just explained. Sue Williams. Hi Maggie, how are you? I've just moved to Munsley. Sue William, how the devil are you? It looks like we must meet. Oh, right, so they're obviously friends. We'll just skip past that. Right. Keith Hall. Seen them on YouTube, never seen any close-up or zoomed-in shots of people's faces. The only time, and I've learnt this over 18 months doing this, the only time I will turn my camera onto somebody is when I'm feeling that I might need a bit of evidence now of somebody approaching me, their manner and the way they're approaching me, for my safety, because I don't wear a body cam. I do have body cameras, but I don't always wear them. And I find to communicate with members of our community, they know that they can come up and chat to me. And I'm not going to turn my camera on them. You can hear what they say because that is important. That is a community voice speaking out for somebody to hear it, like the town council. That's all. But the only time I'll turn my camera is if you come up to me in a manner that I deem, I know what I mean, for my protection. I've worked on secure wards. I can read body language. I'm aware of approaches. I know I know what's acceptable and not acceptable. God, it just makes you sick to the stomach. Right, where was I up to? Anonymous participant Keith Hall. Well, that's good to know, which was really what I was getting at. What were you getting at? That's good to know that I'm not filming zoomed in shots on people's faces. Are these films being published further afield? And if so, are they safely being published further afield? What does that mean? What are you talking about? It's the internet. If you have children or youngsters and you were suddenly to see them on some obscure YouTube site, now I'm open. Nothing is obscured. You would be horrified. Okay, so what this anonymous participant, what have you seen on one of my videos? Because you clearly have not watched any of my videos to know that that is not the case. But there you go. Especially if you knew nothing about it. I'm just looking after the safety of my child and her friends. See, they've put that in again. Keith Hall. Only seen it on YouTube. Don't know about any other social media channels because I've only got YouTube. I film through YouTube because town council is a voluntary job. And because this is probably best suited for me to do what I'm doing with the town council, because I do it with the police as well. I record their meetings. I'm walking around recording events to promote North Walsham. Got a bit sidetracked now. Whoa. David Ash. It's all perfectly harmless and published regularly with commentary. It is. And sometimes I get very subconscious of my commentary because I'm thinking, am I being too negative? Am I rambling on too much? Because it's all about confidence. And I don't have much of that when it comes to publicly speaking my mind. So I'm learning. This is not Russia, so why would anyone be worried about a harmless little hobby? You see, I can't access what the councillors get access to with their training and everything else, because I would love that, but I can't get access to it because I'm not a councillor. And I don't want to be, because like I said earlier, I'm better off being on the other side of the table, doing this and keeping the pressure on them. That's all, from a community point of view. From a public tax-paying citizen of North Walsham, that's it. Ugh. If I get up to 500 subscribers, I then become monetized. I've smashed through my 3,000 hours. I've smashed through my 4,000 viewing hours. I'm coming up to 200,000 views. And I have 360, I think as of today, I have had 362 subscribers. If I get to 500, I get monetized. And then I might get paid through advertising and all that stuff. That's what I want to do. I don't want to burden the taxpayer. I don't want to go to the town council and to try and balance this with town council, even though I wouldn't get paid anyway. Anyway, Catherine Elizabeth. No, it is not harmless if it is becoming intrusive and the girls are feeling uncomfortable. Again, it's coming across like I'm targeting them. Who? But I know trolls, and I know if people try to stir the shit, this is stirring the shit. If the police wanted to come in, you know. So if it was my child, I would be having words with her. Well, come on then. I've posted enough on these notice boards. I'm in this group of 16,000 people where I've posted this. Somebody else has even shared my link. Go and have a look. Get in touch. You will actually find one of my email address on one of them. Anonymous participant. I have no problem with the person taking films of going on around the town. Oh, thank you for your permission. If these are being published further afield, what the fuck do you mean? This is the internet. And my daughter and her friends are publicly shown, that's a worry. Again, get in touch. Tell me the video. Give me the timestamp of what you're referring to, please. I was under the impression that if you film children or young adults, their features should be blurred out. No, because in public You don't really have a right to privacy of your image in public. I think I'm going to have to talk at some point on a video of what inclusion means and accidental inclusion and stuff like that, because clearly people don't. Clearly people don't know. Okay, I was under the impression that if you film children or young adults, their features should be blurred out. If I was working in that role, in that job, and I recorded them and used it on my own phone, my own personal phone, if I was in that job, if I then uploaded it to one of my social medias, because I was at work and because policies then kick in, because I'm working, I'm employed, so policies kick in. That's where you're talking about. I am a member of the public, recording and doing photography in public. My daughter is very self-conscious as it is. Well, I'm sorry about that, but there's nothing I can do about that. And these actions are making her even more self-conscious. What actions? Again, it's making it specific that I am targeting someone. All I am asking is, what is the purpose of filming? Go watch my films. Go watch the community stroll playlists. If you want to know about my chickens, I love chickens. And I actually started to do the lives for my mum because there's times she's unable to get into the garden. So I put it on live and then put it on a telly, and then she can watch the chickens. And being in the job role, well, I'm not in the job role, but with my past jobs, that is great. That is great access to inclusion. And please, could you take more care about filming others who may not want to be filmed? I've had a couple of people come up to me in the past, pulled me aside and said, do you mind because of domestic abuse? I have blurred people because I felt that their mental health is important and I don't want them to be identified. The right to privacy is very important, and it's very important to me. And I have said on a few occasions when I've done my walkabouts what I'm not going to do, because I don't want people, well, why didn't you go and have a look at that? Why didn't you go and do? Because I'm respecting the right to privacy before anybody needs to come up to me and say anything, unless they need what is known as public space and safe space. No problem. I'm very good at picking out what I need to show and what I don't want to show and what I don't find interesting. And I'm sorry, but your daughter is not interested to me. That says it right. I'm not interested in your daughter, in anybody's daughter. I'm married, you see. So I've got stepchildren. I'm an aunt to about 7. I'm a great aunt to about 16 now, I think. So, yeah. Right, I'm just going to backtrack. And please could you take more care about filming others who may not want to be filmed? Of course. Youngsters these days are very vulnerable and you never know who is around or who is watching. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. But if I come up to you and the camera is in your face, then that's different. By all means, call the police. If anybody comes up to you with a camera, with a phone, and put it in your face, report them. Because that is harassment. That's not right and that's not normal. But this, tell me what video I'm doing this on. Tell me what I'm doing. Timestamp it. Timothy James Harris. No, I am not replied to the comment saying that they were under the impression that they needed permission. Okay, grammar's not great on that one. Nell Hub, you are clearly missing the point. Timothy James, I'm missing the point now. What are they talking about? Timothy James Harris, it is a public place. Anyone has the right to film. Yeah, it's true. It is. They have the right to film and it's legal. How many of you, I mean, this week I'm going to be out in North Walsham tomorrow recording because there's car boot going on. There's the motorcycle show. Where did that go? Motorbike show. We've got children's entertainment. So I'm not sure if that's connected to Poppies, but I thought I'd get 5 minutes of the entertainment, just like I did in the church on Children's Day, to showcase North Walsham Children's Day. And if you notice, I fast forward in between things because I want to show the people that are there, the age groups. I don't need to identify them. You don't need to know who they are. So I fast forward through these things. And it actually speeds up the video. Because a lot of people have said to me, my videos are too long. And it's like, I know, but just, it's my thing. We've also got the fun fair tomorrow. And then we've got the carnival parade, which this year I am going to be out on the streets, recording the floats coming by, probably in different sections, and you'll probably see me move around town. And if you watch it back, you'll probably see me move around because I'm going to be looking at safety risks. That's all. Because I've got that town council responsibility of making sure people are safe. And if they're not safe, what needs to be corrected so then next year it's going to be okay. Because I don't want anyone to get hurt. But I've also got to make it an entertaining film because in 10, 15 years' time, I could look back on this film and it's like, my God, that was good times then. Because when I did the North Walsham, I know I'm going off topic, the North Walsham archive, I went in there and I went around every single picture with my camera for 2.5 hours, talking to a few people in there about the memories of North Walsham of like 100 years ago. You know, it's capturing these moments as well to remember and to document in a different way than just having pictures, you know? Anyway, let's crack on. Right, Sue Shepherd. Think her name is Claire Bear. Yeah, it's Claire Bear. Care Bear was my nickname. Well, it used to be Clay, actually. Then it turned into Care Bear. For good reasons. Because the jobs that I've worked in, and I take it as a compliment when people want to give me nicknames. Good nicknames. And Care Bear was one of them, actually. Well, Claire, yeah, and then it turned into Claire Bear. Okay, I'm sorry if I'm going to not be able to say the word. Mitzi Bradshaw. What does this girl look? Oh, girl, I'm going to be 50 next month. I'll take that as a compliment. What does this girl look like? We had a neighbour who constantly recorded my kids. Yeah, you've got an issue there then. Because she could... Hang on, just... What does this girl look like? We had a neighbour who constantly recorded my kids because she could, one, is special needs, but she enjoyed being a nuisance and upsetting the kids. I started off with a compliment and ended in learning disabilities. I'm guessing that's what this Mitzi is suggesting. Right, anonymous participant. She is around town and well known. So you know. So this person wants to know who I am, but yet knows I'm around town and well known. Am I well known? I say hello to a lot of people. And I get hellos back sometimes. Oh, here we go. I was just concerned about my daughter's safety and her friends. How many times has this person said, I'm just concerned about my daughter's safety and her friends? Right, Mitzi Bradshaw. Absolutely. That's why she does it, to cause distress, knowing she's not breaking any laws. Is that really what you think? You really need to watch my videos and get to know me and my nerdiness. Okay, Frances Bayliss. So, as again, I'm sorry if I'm getting the names wrong. Frances Bayliss. Unfortunately, in this day and age, we all have to be a bit more careful. Absolutely. Especially where our children, whatever age, are concerned. Yeah. Sorry to say, but there are too many creepy people around and we're entitled to our privacy. It's sad world sometimes. Nigel Ward. That name rang a bell. Don't post anonymous. It's so frustrating. Have the conviction to own your post. Yeah, that would be nice, actually. There's one person that I think, if they could be vindictive, that could be this person. Anonymous participant. Hi, Nigel. In answer to your question, I am well known in town, and I know you, and you know me. In answer to your question, I am well known in town. So this person is well known in town, and I'm well known in town. But yeah, broadcast who I am, I will be putting my daughter at jeopardy simply because people will connect us quickly. Okay, hang on, I just got to read that back. If I was to broadcast who I am, I will be putting my daughter at jeopardy simply because people will connect us quickly. Connect who? You and your daughter? So beware, think of your family and how you are you. Jeez, crazy. So beware, think of your family and how are you, as I know would protect them. Anonymous participant again. Ha ha ha. Don't worry, I'll let you know when I next see you. Nigel Ward. If you know me, when you see me, say hello and let me know that you are the anonymous, or send me a message. Oh, God, the drama. Right, Nigel Ward. Tut tut language, right? What's he talking about? Because that's a long post down there. Oh, hang on. Tut tut language. I'm shocked, although the spelling isn't great and your frustration has come into it. Frustration or accusation in a suggestive manner? Catherine Elizabeth, Nigel Ward. Don't tell them what to do. They have posted anonymously because they are wanting answers to protect their child from some random with a camera. Oh, where is it? Your frustration does not come into it. Catherine Elizabeth, like I said, bollocks. Nigel Ward, oh, I say, Catherine, in a titsy. I think you will find anonymous posts should not be allowed. You are telling me what should be doing. Oh dear. Anonymous participant, hi Nigel. I have posted anonymously because I don't want any hate responses when I am only posting with my concern about my daughter and her friends. See, again, who's she going to get hate from? This has got to be a mother, isn't it? This has got to be a female. This is not a male. This is definitely a female, which would it be her? Because she does have a daughter. But I've not seen either of those for months. The last time I saw them was walking past them on the way to Sainsbury's in the car park. And they didn't look at me and I didn't look at them. But I saw them because I just thought, oh God. Right. Hi, Nigel. I have posted anonymously because I've read that bit because it's about my daughter and her friends. Right. Nigel Ward to Anonymous. Hate responses will not be tolerated. Why would you be given hate responses by asking a question? Good point. Now you have the link. You could message Claire directly with any concerns. Absolutely. This was posted 2 days ago. I've not received a thing. And Tracy Mack has posted my YouTube channel. Thank you, Tracy. Tracy Mack. There is a woman who runs a YouTube account who has been filming the work that was done at the big junction next to the station. I believe she also posts about the council meetings, etc. It's not illegal to film or take photos in public area. Thank you, Tracy Mack. I don't know who Tracy Mack is, but thank you. Frances Bayless. She's been on here before, hasn't she? Fair enough filming objects, buildings, etc. But think, if there are people involved, think it's only good manners to ask permission. If you are in the background, you are seen as accidental inclusion, because that's how news reporters, when they film and everything, if you're walking in the background, The only time a paper will ask for your permission to use your image of you or your child is because they have policies. Right. Anonymous to Tracy Mack. No, I understand it's not illegal, but it's very invasive, especially to youngsters who don't want to be put on YouTube. Again, it sounds like I'm singling them out. Daniel Hickling. I don't think there's any rules about blurring faces. A good way to check is to look at any video online or even just TV news, etc. Are the people passing in the background, thank you, blurred out? I understand your daughter's feelings of self-consciousness and you feeling protective, absolutely, but I'm not interested. Could you just let her know I'm not interested in her? I'm not interested. I don't even know if she is. Maybe watch the videos on the link in this thread and see if you feel the general content is okay. Absolutely, go watch it. It may be that because your daughter is self-conscious that she feels the camera is being focused on her when it isn't. It sounds like it's been done more than once. Of course, I can't guarantee, could that be a possibility? An anonymous participant. I was under the impression that when filming other people, you should blur their faces if you are posting online, and I feel and find things rather intrusive. What? So I quite agree with your comment. I only posted her because I was concerned about my daughter's safety. See, she's put it again. An anonymous participant. I haven't seen the videos, but my daughter has been out almost every day and had the camera directed at her and her friends. I haven't seen the video. Well, go and watch the videos. But my daughter has been out almost every day and had the camera directed at her and her friends. I was out today. I recorded the two guys working over the skate park. I think I've got about a 45-second clip that I thought, well, I'll make a short of that because there's not much to record. I didn't record yesterday. The day before that, I don't remember. I know I recorded on the beach. Oh, hang on. I did record one day because they were sorting out the, what was it called? The A149 in time for the fun fair. And shout out to Autodocs. Good people, good business, by the way. Right, I was that you should be blurring their faces. I know I'm skipping all over the place. I do apologise. Right, anonymous participant Tracy Mack. I haven't seen the videos, but my daughter. Oh yeah, and my daughter has, and almost every day the camera's been directed at her and her friends, not family friends. This was 2 days ago. Nell Hub, anonymous participant. I get where you're coming from. Just because something isn't illegal doesn't make it comfortable or morally right either. Not like a war. Genocide. Did I say the big J? How about the government going after the disability payments and I have read that they've done a U-turn, so watch this space. Anyway, it's definitely illegal in some countries for a reason. What is? What is? Photography? It's not actually. any public place. I mean, you've probably got somewhere like China. That's what we get told, isn't it? Little North Walsham. Those that laugh at this don't know what it feels like to want to hide from this, especially a self-conscious teen, and no filming of roadwork should be required. Zooming in on someone's face and putting it online without their consent, legal or not. Tracy Mack to anonymous participant. How do you know she's zooming in? And to be fair, I have not seen any images of children close up in the videos I've seen. Thank you, Tracy, because I don't. I would rather like to see the dogs than see children. Carla Jarvis. She posts them on YouTube. I did try to find the link, but can't find it now. It was on North Walsham Notice Board. Well, somebody's done it anyway. And that was that post. That was that post. And I'm sorry, the life of an Englishman. I've only just seen your comment. I'll never understand why people don't want to be filmed in public space, but are happy to be recorded on hundreds of CCTV cameras, including dash cams. Exactly. And being in the background of people's own pictures. I mean, everyone's got a mobile phone now. I mean, when they go along to these events, they're getting them out and they're taking pictures of the kids. You are catching images of people in the background. And if we go down the route of making photography illegal, that would be huge on so many levels, because that would involve body cam, that would involve CCTV. So they're never going to make it illegal. But policies in jobs try to trump the law. And there are policies out there that I don't agree to. And I think with a lot of audits that are on YouTube, with a lot of YouTubers that are YouTubing up and down the country, they are certainly being approached. I've seen them, and I've seen the behaviours of people. I've seen the approaches and the violence that also happens with some. And as a member of the public, we've all got a responsibility of being respectful, but also knowing that you can't be a tyrant. You can't just say to someone, don't do that because I don't like it, or use your children. There's no law about not taking pictures of children. That's why you get your pictures from the school, and you've got that picture, that professional picture, because it's not illegal. But we know that with the safeguards put in place of employees, of their police checks, I've had so many police checks in my job, through to the real big one of knowing everything. Do you know what I mean? To work with children. But this is a new low. A new low. I'm not interested in children. I'm not interested in filming children. And the moments that I capture through my photography is the interactions with people. That's what I like, because I see the human trait of kindness, of empathy, of happiness, of a community. I'm not interested in taking pictures of objects. Dogs. I've done dog photography in the past. Love it. But what is being insinuated on this post is huge. And very malice. That's how it feels. but it's okay. I will be recording tomorrow in North Walsham. I will be recording these events for Prosperity. And if anybody approach me, the camera will be turned. And I will stand my ground. But I don't need to be rude. I don't need to swear. I don't need to be triggered. I don't need to be gaslit. I just want and need to just be left alone. I've had people say to me just recently, my daughter's down there, don't record. Well, don't tell me she's down there, because you have now pointed her out that she's down there on my picture, on my camera, on my film, and I don't really know who your daughter is. And I don't want to know who your daughter is. When I'm out in public and you see me coming, like with anybody else that goes to take a picture, and you realise that you're possibly in shot, just turn around. You don't need to make a big thing about it. But like I say, unless somebody is in your face with a camera because they have approached you, then there's your issue. But don't think for 1 second when I am zooming in on something. Come up and ask me, come up and talk to me, get to know me, get to realise you might have something really good and powerful to say about the town council. But not this. Not this. Am I going to report the post? No. No. Because there's also that discussion going on of what is illegal, what isn't illegal. Half the time with freedom of speech, we've got to allow a communication. We've got to allow conversations to happen, as long as they're respectful, as long as there's no, let's say, malice. This person could be generally worried. Maybe there is another woman going around taking video or pictures of her daughter. I don't know. But to be accused of it, it's not me. But if you're concerned about it, go to the police. Speak to them. The police, I like to think by now, in this community, knows me. I think they are very aware of me. But and I got that off my chest, I have been recording for God knows how, coming up for an hour. I'm so sorry. But I think this is the best way of getting my point across, of who I am and where I'm coming from. And I'm very aware that I need to do more of that. I was only talking to somebody yesterday or the evening before, that it's scary to allow people to get to know you. But I've got nothing to be frightened of. I've got nothing to be ashamed of. If you want to fling shit, fling shit. But it doesn't bother me either, life of an Englishman. It really doesn't. There's only been one time. There's a video of when the works first started. When the works very first started, and I did that film. And I put all that information on that had come from the council, from, was it county? Could be county, might have been, can't remember now. But all that information I put all on about what's happening, and to make people aware, because the town council always gets the bloody blame. And it's like, we need to get the information out. People need to know what's going on. And that's one of the things I've been trying to push the town council, is keeping people informed of road closures, potholes, all that shit. because the county and the district don't seem to get the blame. It's always the town council. But you watch that film, that little, I think it's about 20 minutes, I can't even remember now. Might have even been 40. And there's a moment when I'm walking down Norwich Road, and then there's that guy, he gets his camera out, he films me, and I do a 360 to show he is still just filming me. That's the difference. That's the difference of filming. I don't do that. If I'm walking up to the camera, and once I get to you, I'll turn the camera away because we're having a conversation. But to use kids, I'm not happy about that. And to make all them suggestions. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thank you, Life of an Englishman, to be joining me. Yeah. Good night. Sweet dreams. And if you're out and about in North Washington tomorrow and you see me, come say hello. But you want to approach me, think about the way you're doing it. Apart from that, catch you all later. Bye for now. If I can find the little X bit to stop this from... Oh, there it is. End stream. That'd help, wouldn't it? Anyway, joy for now.